care. We don't sell blood here. I said we don't sell blood. I don't care. I don't care.
Peaceful greetings. This is an important topic of discussion because I've noticed that there are many individuals who believe that the word Muslim is different from the word Muslim. Okay? So I want to speak on this topic because it is important for the people to have their concepts correct. All right. Give y'all a moment to get on in here. For those of you who desire to hear this, we check. Okay. So, all right, I'm going to go on in, right? There it is. Moslem, Muslim, is to Muslim, Muslim. As Sheriff is to Sharif. Now, how do I make this determination, right? Let me show you. We are going to unravel this together. All right, very easy, not hard, not difficult. We're going to see some of the words that are used. Muslim, Sheikh, we'll put that in there just because, Sharif. Here, I'll spell it this way. Okay, so we have on this side some words, right? These words are the English transliteration. They are how these words are used in English. There we go. These words are used in English. They are the English equivalent to these Arabic words. So there are people, for whatever reason, and I'm quite sure, I'm like 99.9% positive these people don't know Arabic. But there are people who say that the word Muslim is different than the word Muslim. Or they'll say that the word Quran is different from the word Quran. But they have no qualification to say so. I've heard people argue, oh yeah, this word is a more ancient word. And to those who feel that way, I ask you, In what language then does this word come from? Right, that it is a more language then does this word come from? Right, that it is a more ancient word than this word here. This is English. That's all this is. This is the English. There is no difference in these words. I would love for someone to tell me that this word sheikh in English is more ancient than the word sheikh in Arabic. And as a matter of fact, let me, yeah. So Moslem, sheikh, sharif, Quran. This is the Arabic. This is how it is sometimes written in English. This is the English according to the actual consonant vowel, so to speak. Right, so that's wrong. Quran. M, mim, sin, lam, mim. Mim, sin, lam, mim. Mim, sin, lam, mim. Okay? We have sheen, ya, jim. Sheen, ya, jim, excuse me. Sheen, ya, kha. Sheen, ya, kha. Sheen. I makes the A sound. Ya, kha. Sheikh. Okay? We have sheen, ra, ya, fa. Sheen. This is one letter. We have sheen, ra, fa. Sheen, ra, ya, fa. Right? And we have qaf, ra, ain, nun. Okay? These words are the English of these words. There is no difference other than the fact that one is in Arabic and one is in English. Okay? And then we have other words that are also used, like Allah. Well, there is no English equivalent to Allah other than the law. This is all law. What do you mean all law? All law. God's law, man's law, commercial law, contract law, whatever the case may be. All the laws. All law. There is no, let me write this down for y'all. There is absolutely no difference other than linguistic derivation between Muslim and Muslim. They're equal. They're equal. There is no difference. I don't know why there are people out here in the world trying to convince others, trying to convince others that this is a whole other word that means something else. These mean the same thing. Both of these mean perfected under all law. Both of these words. Right? Here's another thing that I need you all to understand. Right? I believe that I made reference to this prior, but I see that there are different individuals coming in the room. So this word, Mosley, Mosley. If you know that this word is Mosley, put a 1 in the chat. If you know that this word is Mosley, put a 2 in the chat. If you believe that this word is Mosley, put a 2 in the chat. Right. So, if we drop this Y and we add an M, does this become Moslem? Or is this still Muslim? Because it was just Mosley. Now it must be Moslem. This is Muslim. This word is not Muslim. To pronounce it as Muslim is incorrect. Absolutely, the same word. Absolutely. But again, there are people who will tell you this is Muslim. Now, let me show you something in Arabic. Saying this as Muslim, it would be written like this. Because people are using a Z sound. Okay? Now, Muslim means accepted by God. We'll use that. All right? So Muslim means accepted by God. Let me pull that out a little bit. The word Muslim means rejected by God. When you say Muslim, when you're using the phrase, the expression Muslim, Islam Muslim, you're calling someone detestable. You see, in Arabic, and that might not even, it might be, I have to go back and I'll check it out for myself. Muslim is Mouslim. All right. Muslim is Moz. or M-U-Z-L-I-M. These are two different expressions in Arabic. In the Arabic language, it is very important to note that each pronunciation, known in Arabic as Tajweed, every pronunciation gives you the actual meaning of the word. If I stress a vowel too long, or if I make a different sound, I'm not saying the same word. So when I hear people say Moslem, Islam, Moslem, I shake my head, no. No. La ana Muslim, la ana Muslimun, ana Muslimun. I am that one rejected by Allah. I am one accepted by Allah. Again, I don't know why there are people out here saying that Muslim is of an ancient origin, more ancient than the Arabic. But this is what I believe. This is what I know. This is what I know that they are trying to interpret. Shit, I lost my train of thought. Okay. They are relating to the Aramaic pronunciation. In the Aramaic, we see ma shalem. Mashlem. Mashlem. Now in the Hebrew, it is mashalom. Okay? And in Arabic, it is Muslim. And in English, it is Muslim. Mohammed. Muhammad. Mahometan. We hear the M-O, the M-U, and the M-A. But what I'm attempting to project to you, for your own understanding, is that all of these words are speaking of the same core expression. Right? Ma, mo, mu. All three of these expressions, to some degree, relate to that which acts. Okay? That which does something. It's doing, it's active. And then we get the SLM, which means peace, harmony, and in our reality, it's just treating to equity. Muslim. Muslim, not Muslim. 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 So the SH that is used in Aramaic and Hebraic or Phoenician has its counterpart as just an S in Arabic. This is what we're looking at. Indeed, indeed. I'm the new more, brother. I've learned all of this by studying outside of the brick and mortar temple. I am the temple. So I'm from, as a matter of fact, according to my affidavit, which allowed me to get my passport. I am a part of what was it? Can't remember. Is it? Hold on. I'm going to tell you what temple I'm associated with. Just want to get the right address because that's important. Yeah. Oh, it doesn't say it there. All right. Well, anywho, I believe, I may be wrong, but I believe it's like 31. Well, I'm a part of the Grand Major Temple that was on Indiana Ave. That's the temple I'm a part of. Aren't we? Yes, we are. Yes. So the lessons are teaching us. So the whole purpose of the Moorish Science Temple of America and all of its branch temples is to bring the people in so that they can be taught and learn how to apply civics on a religious and national level. Right? It's teaching us how to be citizens. So we're learning how things operate in the temple so that we know how things operate outside in the world. I'm a part of the Grand Major Temple that it's EIN. I'm a part of the 10-10-5905 temple. This is the Grand Major Temple. I'm not talking about the one on Wabash. I'm not talking about R. Jones Bay. I'm not talking about E. Braswell Bay. I'm not talking about K. Dandridge Jail. I'm not a part of any of that. According to my understanding, when Noble Drew Ali left in 29, it was passed down to Emil Hill. And then you have this whole debate, oh, well, Drew Ali didn't give. Did it? Yes, he did. How do we know? This is okay. So we have a notice from Emil Hill, who is the chairman. And he says, Brother C. Kirkman Bay, this is to notify you that the above named organization, Moorish Science Temple of America, in convention September 15th to 20th, rescinded by voting out the mistake made by the second annual convention of 1929. And in doing so, you hold your membership role as when our prophet was here. And we hope that you will still cooperate with the organization under the 5 principles. We hope further that you will comply with this notice. Father Moore is talking about, we don't do notices. This notice. And govern yourself accordingly. As there is but one Supreme Grand Advisor in the Moorish Science Temple of America, that being Noble Drew Ali, and anyone else attempting to be from now on is assuming authority of himself and is liable to the penalties of the law. All right. We also have this is also from the chairman, Emilio. Dear Brother Payne L. Now, mind you, Kirkman Bay and Payne L. turned against the prophet. It says, in reading your letter to Brother Thompson L. a few moments ago, and in view to the wishes of our prophet. Prophet just means presiding officer. Know that for sure. Or in the I guess in the Masonic order, that would be the past master. Okay. He says, and in view to the wishes of our prophet, as laid down in his laws to me by himself, I wish to call to your attention to the fact that it was his will that we hold the coming convention, etc. He's making objections. He's telling. Basically, what I'm saying is, when Emily Ill was deemed by the prophet to be the prophet, the presiding officer, or the supreme grand sheikh, right? C. Kirkman Bey and other individuals who did not wish for things to be as they were, they harassed, they molested, they hindered Emil Ill. They got all of that information from him, and then they went off and started their own version. Oh no. Oh no. We're running out. More in science. There we go. Temple of America, Inc. So by 1934, so mind you, this is 1934, this is a year after the New Deal came in, right? They went and reorganized the temple as an Inc. Now, how do I know that? Who else did this? Who else did this? David Ford L. and Elijah Poole Bay in 1930 reorganized Branch Temple, number 4. Mind you, this is in Detroit. As Allah's Temple, number 1. And what did they organize? They didn't organize the Moorish Science Temple of America. What they did was they took the Moorish Holy Temple of Science and reorganized it as Allah's Temple number 1 in Detroit, Michigan, which gave rise to what we know of today as the organization, the Nation of Islam. Right, we don't affiliate with Inc. That is my point. So, Drew Ali tells us that it is a lawfully chartered and incorporated organization, that it has been incorporated into this USA government. The Inc. was not necessary. As a matter of fact, this is my source. Good book, by the way. Woo, good book. I'm going to show you. This is when he organized it as a civics organization. You see that? It says Moorish Holy Temple of Science. There in the middle. And then that's a whole nother thing right there. Does he have it in here? No, it's not. Okay, and so then when Noble Drew Ali, I'm surprised that it's not in here. Is it not in here? When Drew Ali established, when he changed it in name only to reflect the religious authority, it was named the Moorish Science Temple of America. As a matter of fact, yeah, let me see if I can find it. There we go. Most of us are aware of this here, right? And it does not say the Moorish Science Temple of America, Inc. It says the Moorish Science Temple of America. Okay, so your religion sets your commercial status. And so Noble Drew Ali, as he was learning and he was bringing this information, right, he changed things as necessary. And so in order for us to have that commercial authority, right, we had to have it under religion because he understood that religion sets your commercial status. And so it was no longer just, so religion is divine and the civics is national. So as a civics organization, it was like come one, come all, right? And then again, as he was learning and he had to make updates, he gave us the religious affidavit. And the religious affidavit says our authority. Religion is faith. Faith and credit. He's talking about the estates here. Yeah. There we go. On the top of that paper I just showed you, we know that it says our authority. Our authority, what do you mean? It is our ecclesiastical authority or jurisdiction. So he gave us the right words in order for us to do business in the public and the private. And so he gave it the religious tone, right? So that the people coming in would be able to interpret the religious doctrine commercially. As a matter of fact, there's a link in my bio to my YouTube page in which I go over, I believe I made it to the second, I've done the first chapter and the second chapter of the Circle 7. And I'm unfolding, I'm showing the individual how it relates to us commercially. Right? So you remember that Drew Ali said what? That Marcus Garvey, right? Marcus Garvey was his progenitor. Marcus Garvey came before him. And he set the way. Well, what did Marcus Garvey show us? Because it's the same program, right? Marcus Garvey was showing us how to do business as an organized people. But Marcus Garvey didn't have the religious overtone. Most likely, this is why he was done so dirty with the Black Star line. In other words, because there was no religious freedom. Drew Ali understood the religious freedoms or the commercial freedoms of the people. And so Drew Ali has the same program, only he gave us the religious and the national combined. So he's showing you that the quote unquote church and state within us, within our organization, is one. Islam. So this was the point, this was the purpose of taking the civic organization, which as it stood at the time was no different than the UNIA, other than the fact we were calling ourselves Moorish Americans. And he rose it up. He gave it that cloak. He gave it that authority under religion. Because Allah is the Constitution. And so he's given us that divine Constitution, which we are to understand when we look at the he's showing us how this Constitution works. Let me see, because I know I saw it before. Article 1, Article 2, Article 3, Article 4, Article 5, Article 6, Article 7. In this Constitution, there are 7 acts. In the U.S. Constitution, there are 7 articles. Does not our Constitution, divine Constitution, have 7 articles? And so again, he's showing us inside how it's to operate outside. Getting back to the lesson, I don't want to take too much time. All right. Recap. This is my blue. Where's my black? There it is. Oh, I'm going to end up moving this. So Muslim that one has to recoup. Muslim, which is perfected character, right, is no different than Muslim. Let us not get so caught up, right, with all of these spin-offs, right, who are giving information that distracts, confuses, and misleads. Okay? If you really wish to know if there's a difference between Muslim, M-O-L-S-E-M, and Muslim, M-U-S-L-I-M, learn some Arabic. Learn the Arabic so that you'll be able to see that these are the same words and that one is just the English version. No different than the word sheriff in English being sharif in Arabic. You can't tell me that sheriff, S-H-E-R-I-F-F, is more ancient than sharif in Arabic. So you can't tell me that Muslim, which is the English translation, is more ancient than M-U-S-L-I-M. All right. I hope that makes sense to you all. Now I could take the time to chop it up with you all. Ain't but 2 people on the feed anyway. If you wish to come up and speak, bring yourself up. I'm willing to answer questions. I'm here to assist the people. Man. Islam, beloved. So if there's anyone who desires to come up, ask some questions. If you wish to ask some questions, come on up, y'all. I'm here to teach you all the truth, right? According to my measure, right? Why 2 glasses? These are my seeing glasses. These are my speaker glasses. So chop it up with me. What's good? Muslim or Muslim? Muslim or Muslim? I mean, even in saying that, if you really understand that Muslim, M-O-S-L-E-M, is pronounced the same as Muslim, M-U-S-L-M, M-U-S-L-I-M, then you would understand that those out there talking about this difference are misleading. Nobody desires to come up? No. All right, well, Islam to you all. Peace and love. I hope this has been helpful. I am just your brother, man, come to show you the way to your perfected self. If you get an opportunity, I would tell you to read chapter 10 of the Holy Quran of the Moorish Science Temple of America and pay close attention to verses 22 through 25. That should reveal some information to you. Most welcome, Judy. Most welcome, beloved. And this Moorish Divine the National movement is open to all people. To all people. All right. This is not exclusive to the Muslims or those who profess to be Muslim using the word Muslim. If you identify as a state citizen creditor, you are invited. If you consider yourself a peacemaker and unifier, you are invited. All of these phrases mean the same thing. What have you never heard of, beloved? Okay, you're not able to come up. I see. Right, so this movement, are you familiar with Marcus Garvey? Sister Judy? Marcus Garvey, to the Moorish Americans, is looked at as John the Baptist. Oh, okay, you said no, not really. So Marcus Garvey was one of the more influential businessmen of dark skin who attempted to unite all of the people who he deemed his people under one sovereign authority, under one commercial banner. His desire was to be able to do business as a group of people, as an organized group of people, nationally and internationally, without their proceeds being given to foreign nations. His pitch was Europe for Europeans, Asia for Asians, Africa for Africans. And so he was expressing that everyone has the right to do business, but no one has the right to impose upon another group of individuals. And Noble Drew Ali came having the same program, having been literally having the same teachers, if you will. And he took that information and he gave the people a nationality, right? As the way Marcus Garvey was just calling us Negroes, Drew Ali called us Moorish Americans. Moorish pertaining to the ancient Moroccans whose estates were in Americas pre-Columbia. And so Drew Ali was identifying these once called Negroes as American citizens who have the right of possession to the land, no more and no less than all other nations here. Okay, there's a reason why you never hear of Noble Drew Ali in Black America, in Black history, and this reason being that Noble Drew Ali was the first and only to come out his mouth and tell these so-called Negroes that they weren't Negroes, that they weren't descendants of debtors or slaves. Okay, he told us we're not black, Negro, colored, or Ethiopian. He let us know that these brands or these labels or these classes were given to people who have been disenfranchised. And Drew Ali's his intent was to get us back into the franchise and to have our own franchise. Because the Negro is always the slave to the white. Drew Ali taught us that white and black do not refer to your skin tone. He taught us that black and white refer to your creditor and debtor statuses. That black was a debtor status and that white was a creditor status. And he also brought to the attention of these so-called African Americans that their descent is from North Africa. And the reason he expressed that is to show commercial continuity within the United States. If you ever get an opportunity to read the ethnicity and race form, identification form, right? It's called Standard Form 181. You will see that under white, under this here, you will see that North Africans have that white status. And white means creditor. That's what it means. White does not mean that you're from Europe. White does not, because according to the SF 181, white status deals with people from Europe, the Middle East, and North Africa. So Drew Ali came to reveal us some truths. You're most welcome. Reveal us some truths that have been hidden. Because, those who call themselves black, whatever you want to call them, they haven't been taught law or business. And so he was teaching them law and business. So when I fill out job application, I choose white. Absolutely. You're white. So let me read this statement, right? This is called the Privacy Act Statement. It says ethnicity and race information is requested under the authority of 42 United States Code, Section 2000 E16, and in compliance with the Office of Management and Budget's 1997 revisions to the standards for the classification of federal data on race and ethnicity. So by the way, white means non-federal. Federal data on race and ethnicity. So by the way, white means non-federal. It means not a federal citizen. It means not a federal citizen. It means a state and federal. So religion is to organize you. But then we leave religion and we go into spirituality. Spirituality is making the claim. And once you make that claim with your faith, full faith and credit, you ascend unto consciousness. You are now aware that all is one. So these are 3 steps, right? And religion is just the first step. Okay. So this is what I've compiled for the people. Let me show you. Because this is the information that helped me figure these things out. I felt it necessary to bring it to the people so that they could figure it out too, right? So I've put together this here. This is all of the literature that I found to be right and exact according to what Noble Drew Ali brought. And Drew Ali was always telling us to enforce the Constitution. And so what you have in here are treaties, constitutions, and government applications like the DS-11 form, right, which I use to be recognized as a state citizen, right? This information is all compiled in there for your review so that you can compare the information, review it, and make your own determination. Learn to be a judge. Learn to judge accordingly, right? You can find this information online. You can find it in my website. Link in bio. Right. We also put this together. Right. So for a fee, this can be presented to you in book form. If you yourself do not have the means after downloading this information to actually put it together yourself, we provide that service to everybody. So that's what I'm reading out of. And then we also send this free of charge to go along with that, because it's all talking. This is what Jorelli's talking about. This is a guide to the administration of an express trust under the common law, functioning under the general law merchant. And so that's what we're learning to do. Right? To nationalize means to privatize or to secure. That's what that means. For anyone who's not aware, when you hear Moorish Americans talking about nationalizing, what they are expressing, whether they know it or not, is the securitization of their assets. Okay? If no one desires to come up, then I'm going to go ahead and close out. I appreciate you all for coming. I hope this has been a help. All of my lectures, all of my TikTok lives can be reviewed on my YouTube channel, which is also linked in the bio. Okay, so I am your brother, man, Brother Davis Ali. Just here to show you the way to perfecting yourself in commerce. Peace and love. Thank you for watching. If I could just close out. There we go.